today I just wanted to share about QKids, being a QKids teacher, basically all the information I can give you on that. And also I was hired for the 2019 season. So I know they've recently gone through some changes at the end of 2018. Hopefully I can provide you with information on those types of updates. I first found out about QKids actually from a YouTube video as well. I was watching someone I'm subscribed to. Her name is Renee, so I will link her video down below as well. For the application process, you need to upload a resume. It's good to have, some type of teaching experience, or at least just like working with kids and, any type of experience like that I added on there. An update for the 2019 season, I know before you weren't required to have like a bachelor's degree or like a online teaching certificate. I don't have a bachelor's degree. I went to college, but I didn't complete my degree. I wasn't really asked about that, but a week ago or so, they put out something that the laws in China for these programs is requiring it now that you have a bachelor's degree or certificate, and basically I have to upload that onto QKids sometime this year. Basically, I think that you can get hired without having a degree or anything yet, but I'll have to either like finish my degree or do one of the teaching certifications. So yeah, you need your resume. Also, they want you to upload a little video of you reading a book. They want it under 2 minutes, so I would choose not a long book, or even maybe just go ahead and cut it off at the 2-minute mark. So I just read like this little Dr. Seuss book and I uploaded it. A big question, I know I uploaded a picture about this onto Instagram. A lot of people were really interested. They wanted to know if you had to speak like Mandarin or anything. No, you just need to speak English from Canada or from US. Also, when you apply, they're going to ask you for your availability. I will tell you what the hours are shortly, and a screenshot of your computer specs. Since this is all done through the computer, you have to have good internet, of course. And again, the 1 to 2 minute video that you can introduce yourself and just read a children's story. So it is a work from home job and it is all online from your computer. So kind of technical stuff you need for that. Number 1, you need a computer with a webcam built in, or you'll have to purchase a webcam that you can plug in, a headset. So this is my headset off of Amazon. I will go ahead and link that below. It was under $20. Just, a good working headset. Again, you need a good internet connection. So I have to use my Ethernet. When I did my first interview, I didn't have the Ethernet in at first and the internet connection was bad. So I always have to have the Ethernet in. If you don't have a direct Ethernet port into your computer, you can get one of these little adapters. Either Best Buy or Amazon, but I will link one below as well. They don't require it, but I definitely recommend a mouse, and everything I've watched recommends mouse just because it's a program and you have to do like this clicking and stuff, and it just makes it like so much easier with the mouse. So I just have this little wireless mouse. Again, I'll link below. So yeah, because I have all these ports going on when I teach, and I only have like 2 USB slots in my laptop, I also bought this little dongle thing. So basically I just take this, plug it in, and I'm like completely ready to go. So again, all this equipment type stuff will be linked below. I'll link a webcam as well. So yes, this job is completely work from home, as I said, very flexible hours. You can choose your own scheduling based off the available hours that they provide, which we will go over once we go over the kind of like the interview process and all. And I think it's amazing. I really believe in working from home. It's something that I'm very passionate about. That's what I want to do. It's an exchange of cultures, which is incredible. Another big thing I love in helping children. It pretty much checks off like all the things that I would want to do with a job or career. And it's really, really great if you're interested in anything like that. Also, it is Beijing time, which is exactly 12 hours apart from EST time, which is my time. So let's go ahead and get onto the interview process. So actually, I originally applied, I think it was like September, and this was right before they did a hiring freeze. So they were like, we're interested, but we're having a hiring freeze right now. Can we reach back out when we're going to be hiring again? That ended up happening around the end of December, and I officially started like mid to late January, only just like 4 weeks ago actually. So also another thing, part of the new requirements, if you make it to the interview process and they're about to hire you, you will have to do a background check, and you will also eventually have to make a nice background during your interview process, I believe, for the second interview. Let me just get into the interviews first. Okay, if you apply and they like your resume and all that, they will bring you on to your first interview. So you'll be able to get a login to download the program. That's the other good thing. They set up the program for you and you don't have to do any like curriculum or anything like that. They will say, get ready for your first demo interview 1, and they provide plenty of training materials and everything that you need to look over for the interview. From my understanding, the interview process is another thing that's kind of changed since they kind of redid the program and changed things for 2019. For me, in my first interview, essentially, I was just kind of walking through the class. Each class has 12 to 15 slides, and they're all just like little games and stuff. I was with the person interviewing me, and I was kind of just walking through and demonstrating like what each thing means. She would ask me questions, click this, click this, click this, how do you do this? But it wasn't like a test. Like, she was very hands-on helping me, giving me feedback. If I couldn't find something, she would give me feedback. They pretty much just wanted to see that you could understand like technical proficiency, because, you know, every time you get into a new class, you have to check for your sound, your video, your internet connection. You have to check for like the students' audio and stuff like that. And again, there's so much training material. As long as you go over it, you'll be very well prepped. So for me, right after, she said that she wanted to move forward to the second interview. So I went ahead and scheduled the second interview. This was with a new woman, but at the beginning, she asked me about 5 to 7 interview questions that I answered. You can find these online. That's how I was able to prep for them really well. It seems like they ask about the same questions to everyone. I don't exactly remember. It was like, if you're working with a student who's 5 years old versus 12 years old, how would you behave differently? But I do know that they didn't ask anything about like my prior teaching experience, and they didn't ask anything about like my degree or anything like that. They never asked me anything about that. But again, you can definitely find the questions online if you Google. And then I also again walked through the classroom with her. This was more kind of like a test. It was, you have to act like the teacher and they'll be acting like the student. It's like she had like a little voice like, oh, Kobe, like acting like a kid, and you have to like act like how you would act to a kid. So what I noticed is like they're really, really big on just being like really interactive, really like peppy and yay and good job and woo, and like always doing exaggerated kid acting, you know what I'm saying? Like, they want you to always do lots of thumbs up and clapping, and you know, you reward them on the program with diamonds, which I'll show you the program after I talk about everything. Yeah, they always want you to say good job, good, like lots and lots of just like positive reinforcement. So don't be afraid to kind of just like be a little silly, you know. They just want you to like be as fun for the kids as possible, and like it makes it more fun for you if you're, instead of just like, okay, what's this? Yes, okay, what's this? You know, oh, good job, yeah, woo, thumbs up, all right, high 5, high 10. Just do it up. It's a little awkward, you know, but you know, it's fine. Don't be afraid to be a little silly. That's what they want. So after this, it was the same thing. She immediately after said, go ahead and move forward right away to trial classes. So you will officially be doing 2 to 5 trial classes. Essentially, you are alone in a real classroom with real students, but your trainer who did your second interview will watch over them, every single one, and give you feedback on how to improve for the next one. And this is also the time where they'll start running your background check. You just have to like kind of fill out this little thing with the program that they do it through, which I think is called Sterling. I don't know how I remember that, but I do. It's free, it's no charge to you. Basically, they're checking for things like confirmation of your college experience, misdemeanors and felonies, to make sure you have no history of anything to do with being a child predator or anything like that. Also, I forgot to mention, between interview 1 and interview 2, they will tell you to make sure that you get a background like this. It's also, I have letters up top. You can't see, they say Teacher Kelly. So again, there's so much preparation material. You get preparation material before interview 1, before interview 2, and before your trial classes. And there'll be information on what kind of background to look for, but just like this cute stuff. I got it from the dollar store. Just kind of like a kid-friendly environment, because again, I think they just want it to be like as fun for the kids as possible. So for your trial classes, for me, I did 2 at a time. I did 2 and then I did 2 more. Again, just make sure you're being very interactive. Also, make sure you're keeping track of the time. Again, this is something they'll go over with you in the materials and in the interviews, but each class is 30 minutes. You really want to make sure you're not going over 30 minutes or going under 30 minutes. I went under one time and they said that they have to refund the parents if you do that, so don't go under. Don't go over, because yeah, one of my trial classes, I wasn't keeping track of the time very well and I was just having so much fun in the class, so I went over and it caused me to be late for my next class. Essentially, there's 10 minutes in between each class, but you have to log on 5 to 3 minutes early. If you're not in 3 minutes early, you will be like shut off. So I actually missed one of my trial classes and I was very nervous, but you know, I just messaged them and everything was fine. That's the other good thing. They're very good about getting back to you, and also you'll be messaging them a lot through this app called WeChat, but they always get back within like the next day. Okay, so if you make it through your trial classes, you are officially hired and you'll start being scheduled for your real classes. So let's go over hours and pay and all that kind of stuff. So for each class, it's different kids every single time, and there'll be 1 to 4 kids in each class. Again, like I said earlier, they are 30 minutes each. You have to do at least 12 classes per week. So like 6 hours. So the availability is in the morning every single day, and then on Friday and Saturday nights there's night classes. The morning classes, the very first one is at 5:40 a.m. The second one is at 6:20 a.m. Then 7 a.m. and 7:40 a.m. So if you do all four, you'll be done at like 8:10 a.m. There's technically 10 minutes in between each class, but you have to log in 5 to 3 minutes early to check your, technical, your sound working and all that. And then also before class starts, you do like a little introduction with the kids, getting them ready for class, but also making sure that their sound is working appropriately and their video is working appropriately as well. So that's the morning classes. Those hours are available every single day, and you can completely choose which ones you want. And then there's 5 night classes, Friday and Saturday night, starting at 7:40 p.m. So the first one's at 7:40 and it ends at 10:50. And again, you can completely choose the days you want, the hours you want. If you choose one kind of schedule and you don't like it, you can change them. Basically, they just want you to notify them of a schedule change for the next week by Wednesday. And they put out your schedule always by Sunday. Now, for the rate, the base rate is $8 per 30 minutes class, making it $16 per hour. And there's 2 bonuses. The first one is you get an extra $1 per class if you do at least 15 classes per week. And then you also get a second $1 per class that the teachers rate you a good review, which they pretty much always do. So essentially you can be making up to $20 an hour, but bare minimum $16. The way you get paid is once a month straight to your bank. You will add your bank information once you sign up on the program and all, and you're hired. Also, you get paid for your trial classes and your interviews. Oh, I forgot to mention, sometimes they'll schedule you for a standby class. But basically you have to be there at least 3 minutes before and stay until 3 minutes after the class would start. Most of mine do take over and I will teach the class, but if you don't, you get $4 for it, and again, you just have to like sit there for a few minutes. Currently right now they're hiring for 6-month contracts. I don't really know what happens after the 6 months. They'll probably take it by individual basis on who they want to keep and who they don't. Obviously, if there's any downside to it for me, it's waking up that early. Again, you can choose not to do that early of a time, but I like to do pretty much as many as I can. 5 days a week right now, I do that time. That's just the one thing for me, but I think it's a really, really great program, and I've really been enjoying it so far. Every now and again, they will watch your classes and message you on the WeChat about some feedback, especially if you get like a bad rating from a parent. There's no taxes taken out or anything. You are contracted as an independent contractor. You would be doing your taxes like once a year on your own. But I will now show you kind of how the program looks. Okay, here's the program. I forgot to mention after each class you just have to do a little evaluation. So I'll show you that real quick. It's very easy. Okay, so, over here you have your little schedule. You can see what classes you have every day. These are my classes I did today. As you can see, I had a standby that did not go through. You can see which lesson you're having, what it's going to be about, and which games you'll be doing for each lesson before you go into the classroom. In the very beginning, I was going through the classroom and looking through every slide to make sure I was going to be able to know what I was doing, but now I'm really used to every game and I don't have to do basically any preparation. I just kind of go on in there and do it. And then around 28 minutes, so 2 minutes before it ends, you actually want to go to this last wrap-up page. And this is where you can reward them. You bring them up here, you ask what stickers they like, and they really like the stickers. Also, there's interactive stickers, kind of like, like Snapchat ones. So those are all your classes. Okay, so here's your bank, an overview of what you're making. So how much you made from your lessons, standby, training income, and bonus income. Also, it breaks everything down right here. And on the last day of every month, they'll send an invoice. Lesson detail, this is where the students rate your performance. Yeah, so basically if it's good, they just give like a thumbs up. Certificates, again, when you do your training, this is where they'll add all the training information. As you can see, like I said, they give you so much preparation. You'll get referral link if anyone else wants to sign up. Mine will be linked below, by the way. Messaging, if they have to send you messages every now and again. That's basically it. Alright, so that should hopefully cover the main gist of it. If you have any questions, you can definitely comment below. I will get back to you. Yeah, I do have a code and a link if you would like to sign up through that. You don't have to, but if you do, very much appreciated. So that information is all down below, as well as the equipment and all that. So yeah, I will see you in my next one if you are subscribed, but if not, then bye!